Or will RRQ make us watch and sit for Game 3?
Always on the way.
Okay, they ban out Mathilda actually, so
Okay.
that's the change. They don't ban the Phobius, they ban the Mathilda. They think the Mathilda was what created the monster that we saw in Game 1, which was Lucan the Phobius. I think that's a great adjustment, by the way. It could have been the Phobius ban, that would have been definitely more in the face, but Mathilda is the better ban now that I think about it.
It's like a silent MVP kind of performance, and I think RRQ, they have dismantled that composition with the Mathilda ban. Bigatron, let's see here. What will they go for the first pick? And it seems like they take their time, so they're out of their comfort zone technically, and they are the ones who responded with the Phobius ban.
Yeah, they don't want that Phobius to be picked up on red side. They don't have plans to actually pick it up without the Mathilda. This changes the landscape of the game entirely. That was the big key to victory for Bigatron in game number 1 with the Phobius and the Mathilda both taken out. Chip, Ling Harith was the ban for RRQ. Now one of them will be left open together with the Alpha by Bigatron Alpha. The Alpha will be open, Ling will be banned. Harith and Alpha are the 2 picks that will be left open that was not open in game 1.
All right, let's see what they prioritize here. Technically, they could still go for something as risky as... Would they go Fanny first pick? Nah.
Roger first pick, right?
Roger,
Play with
good
the flex.
Definitely something they can work with. We saw that it was great as well for Bigatron to play that.
Oh, Ruby.
Oh, they go for the Ruby instead. Still flex too.
They steal the hero that was on EDOC first game, and it's still a flex, right?
Triple flex.
Triple flex. XP Rome Gold. Ooh, early. Harith. You mentioned this Harith earlier, Mirko, and
Yeah.
it does seem like that. Yeah, I think Skylar, let's just give him a conventional, strong marksman, give him the Harith. Are they concerned about the Lunox though?
Well, with the pick here, it seems maybe they're not, right? You don't pick up Harith first pick if you're concerned about the Lunox. You probably have ways to counter it. Up against Onyx, actually, they pick up the Harith too, and that was in game 1. It was first pick, I believe. They pick up the Harith, and then they also pick up the Edith first pick there. Now, I wonder what's going to be picked up. Oh, Aurora. Okay, so that's the flex. Playing mind games with Bigatron, knowing that in game 2 against BTR in leg 1, RQ1 with the Aurora Rome.
Yeah, that's it. The flex still coming through for both of these teams. Bigatron now, do they want to pick up the Lunox here? Do they want to go in for, I guess they do, right? Shut down Skylar in his tracks on the Harith, and then what? What's their next pick?
If they want to, they can go Lunox Fanny. Then they'll have an assassin in the jungle that does physical damage, and they'll have the Lunox in the side lane, and it's also still flex, so they'll have double flex, Ruby and Lunox. Lunox has been played by Moreno together with Eman as well, so if RRQ decide to try to get that matchup win in the mid lane, Lunox could just go into gold. If RRQ decide to try to shut down the gold, go mid.
Will that happen here, ladies and gentlemen? Does seems like it's going to be a different approach. Zask and Hayabusa here. So extra aggressive. RRQ, fast response. Roger. They were the ones who will have that flex potential.
So this shouldn't be flex anymore,
No,
right?
yeah.
Roger in the jungle, Harith in the gold lane. Meanwhile, for Bigatron, the only flex that we see is either Ruby in the roaming position or Ruby in the EXP, so that's definitely something that they can work with. Meanwhile, we do have some cross-region data here. MPL ID Season 14 has the highest pick and win rate for Phobius with 36 picks and a 66.7% win rate. And second with MPLPH Season 14 with 21 picks and a 61.9% win rate. So yeah, Phobius eliminated. They understand the value of the Phobius. And now in the second phase, the Tigreal and the Jawhead has been taken off the board.
Good stuff from BTR, getting that Jawhead out. That would certainly become a pretty tough problem for them. The Hayabusa. That's a Lolita ban. Oh, trying to kind of read that Lolita Hanabi perhaps going for BTR. With the Jawhead banned out now, Rogers that they picked up, so it's yeah, either Rome XP or I think Terizla would be a pretty solid ban right now. They really have the Ruby that can be flexed. Dyron won't really have a hero right now. If they ban Terizla, it'll kind of force him on the Arlet. It's either Arlet or Terizla, I think, the choice to be made here. They've already banned the Edith, Phobius, Hylo, so a lot of emphasis on XP.
See here, will they commit on towards the EX? It's going to be the export, so it's going to be neither. Maybe they want to trade that Terizla and Arlet, right? Terizla, Dyron, Arlet for, of course, Super Luke. Will that happen?
That's assuming that RQ don't pick up the Terizla here.
True. I mean, then you pick up the Arlet, right? They need bodies, right? They need tanky members. Beefy Boys, of course, out of RQ. Maybe Terizla.
Yeah, Terizla or Arlet. You can utilize it still as flex if you go Arlet. Oh, they go Gatot Kacha
Okay.
instead. Okay.
Gatot Rome, right?
We don't know. I've seen it in XP too.
Yeah.
In some different regions as well. No way. Oh my god, it's the dreaded Bruno Diggy that they're hovering over. I had a feeling that they were gonna go for cheese, but I thought the cheese would be Alpha. Or sorry, not Alpha, Atlas. Because I've seen the Atlas change now. What even crazier?
Rock?
Where are they? Ruby Gold? This is even crazier than the Bruno Diggy. I have no idea where the...
Is Masha EXP or Rome? That's the main
I think
question.
EXP.
XP Masha
I
has to
think
be.
EXP.
Ruby Gold? There is no range in
Rock
this
roll.
comp. But team fights are going to be up. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese, brother BTR.
Wasn't the Masha a counter towards conventional marksmen? What is the idea of this Masha in their lineup?
It adds split push, but they have the Hayabusa. It's gonna be the Uranus.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I love this game. I love it
need
already.
it.
This is an amazing game of MLBB right here. There's no burst for BTR. They can't really burst down to Uranus, so... Oh, that might have been the outsmart of the outsmart coming in from Kescue. But yeah, to answer your question, why Masha against this comp? Harith deals in burst, technically, right, in these skirmishes. If you get bursted on Masha, you get 3 free ultimates, baby. That is an instant dive into the Harith. You use them on force, you're the one that's dead. So it's kind of like they're playing with all the in-game timings and mechanics, man. Like all of the limits.
We expected this matchup to be insane, but I didn't expect it to be this insane. Are these like debuts for these picks?
Yeah. First Masha, first Uranus of MPL Indonesia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going straight into it, into the land of Dawn for game number 2. Can the Raid robots replicate their success from game number 1? Can they force it a 2-0 against the Kings of Kings, proving that they are and truly will be the final boss?
Let's see, boys and girls, will Bigatron take it home, or will we see game 3? Numero 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is still numero 2. And all right. Spell check, 3 purifies. Well, 2 purifies, 4 RQ.
Yeah, and also it's Edok already going in aggressively. I think he was able to steal it away. Yeah, Edok took it from BTR. That should be a level lead for Sutsujin because they stole the green camp. Lethal Ignition, this is, man, I love these drafts already. But yeah, this is a glimpse of Season 13. Oh, that's good taunt.
Oh. Super Ken still has the quad shadow though, but Sutsujin, human form, will not be able to find and close the gap. Armando in trouble.
Yeah. It looks like he is in trouble. He still will be able to get out though, so that is a good thing right now. So take a look at the emblems real quick.
If you take a look at the emblems, as the Master Assassin, despite the matchup against the Uranus, Super Luke is still very, very confident that he will have the better laning prowess, it seems, right? And for Dairon, I think this Purify is amazing. The fact that they have 2 Purifies and a Revitalize means that it's just going to be extremely tough for BTR. There is absolutely no way that they can actually deal with the Uranus if the Uranus even just goes even. You don't even need to talk about him getting a snowball. If he gets snowballed, no one can deal with the Uranus, but even if he goes even, which he is doing right now, he's actually getting ahead of Super Luke. Dairon taking a shot. Okay.
So what's the solution here? Are they supposed to win it out in the early portion of the game? You know, look for a moment before Dairon gets to that late game and scales with that item?
See here, it's still RQ just controlling that neutral objective. And it does seem like now with immunity, they want to contest. Frigid Glacier does not land. Shadowkill will not be able to find anyone. Turtle goes to the side of Kings of Kings.
It didn't look like Bigatron wanted to go for the contest either. Wait a second, Dairon. He's caught low, still able to get out. And it looks like Rin's here still having a good time. Nice flicker to deny that pick over from Iman.
Let's
Really
see.
cool stuff.
Let's see. Let's see here. It's all okay. The first minute, no first blood.
It looks like right now I'm gonna have to take a look at the emblems as well. With the Impure Rage, I'm trying to figure out how Bigatron can actually try to beat RRQ in these team fights, because earlier you saw that even Edok alone, he was isolated. Shadowkill wasn't able to take him down. So BTR will have to look for very creative angles. They're actually gonna have to play this in a way where they'll have to dive into Skylar, kill Skylar and Rins and Sutsujin, and then hope that they'll have enough members to beat Dairon, because if not, RRQ should have the advantage.
That's a big problem here. So they're working on a kind of a timeline. They're working against the clock as well. So Tsujin now, by the way, level 7. We do see that Superkin is falling a little bit behind, but they do still have time to go back into their map and look in for a lot more value in the jungle to get that advantage, because there's still 40 seconds left for the next neutral objective to spawn. 88%, by the way. Audience prediction, not surprised at this point.
It was single digit game 1. Increased 12% man now. The early purple buff contest. Superkin will not be able to find the purple buff. Thunderclap onto Edok. He falls first blood for Moreno. Sutsujin will not be able to close the gap as Moreno is able to get out from that Dominator's descent.
Did Superkin lose the buff?
Yeah, he did. Sutsujin won out the red tree battle there. And so it will be a trade of purple versus kill that actually should be worth it for RRQ. It was just a kill on Edok. I think they'll take that any day for the purple buff, because now Ken is going to be 2 whole levels down. Oh, just as I say that, he gets level 7, so 1 whole level down.
But that's still something that they have to work with. And remember, even when Sutsujin was below a level, he was still able to get that advantage on that retribution. So the big question is, with Superkin down 1? Nah, yeah, that's the answer. They're not going in for the contest.
No, they really can't. They cannot go for the contest here. Absolutely no way that they actually win out in the contest right now. After no purple buff, even with the purple buff earlier, Edok, again, was able to tank up the entire shadow kill with no problem. This Uranus is becoming a real problem already. It was a problem in the early game, now it's going to be an even bigger problem in the mid game. I guess for BTR, they're really just trying to wait for a mistake from RRQ to get a lead.
But when is that going to happen? RQ, they've been playing rather clean for the past few days, for the past few matches that they've had. And even now, again, right? Oh, Dairon on this Uranus is such an oppressive force.
Exactly. The normal Uranus gameplay that we see is, I mean, honestly, so impressive now because we haven't seen it in such a long time. The cuts, Avatar
will be able to be dodged by Superkin. And Bigatron, great control, right? They know that they're under here. They know that they are still waiting for the members for Emon here, but Bridget Glacier and Flicker already spent here from Rins. Let's see in the mid lane, Moreno and Super Luke here trying to go at Tyron. Easy, Purify now, Dominus Descent. Take a look at Super Luke, he's isolated, stuck, and not be able to survive RRQ. Will they have more? Dairon in trouble, actually gets taken down. Both EXP laners will fall.
But that took way too much time, did it not?
Yeah.
I mean, it took so long for them to be able to take Dairon down, and imagine this same scenario over the course of these minutes. He now...
That's a good taunt, and that will force him on to use the Flicker. Avatar does not find the mark, and that is just a distraction. Super Luke looking for a trade. It's Edok. Survives? No. He will be frozen though, and that is just Edok taken down. 2v1, Super Luke. Oh my goodness, with the burn! Oh, burn, baby, burn! But he is still able to get out. Dairon though on the other side receives a lot of damage and will be able to finally taken down by Moreno and Superkin.
So at the end of the day, that was a 2-for-2 trade. Meanwhile, Sutsujin is going to be able to pick up this neutral objective.
Yeah, it should still be free for RRQ.
I mean, yeah.
There you go. Turtle slaned in by Sutsujin. 7 minutes has elapsed. A 2.6k gold lead. What do Bigatron need? Do they just rely on Superkin to dish out that damage? Could he go for a different kind of set build on this Hayabusa?
It's all about farming at this point. They're not thinking of fighting. And if they fight, again, it's to ignore Dairon. They need to go for Skylar, Sutsujin, and Rins. That is the only win condition for BTR. It is fight or flight. Yes, they don't want to fight right now. No, they just need to farm. Again, they just need to farm, wait for the item power spikes, and then look for that one moment. I think 12 minutes, maybe, that will be the moment where they actually really look to fight. But right now, it's all about skirmishing, looking for maybe pickoffs, and then farming. They cannot take a fight full on against RRQ. Their front to back is still a bit too strong now.
Oh, Super Kid, what happened?
No, they're very low. Now in the mid, they're trying to clear. Avatar will not be able to find anyone. They're still are able not, no. They will not be able to clear, and they want to fight. RRQ will find Moreno in the act, and Iman as well. RRQ with the glass super look a little bit late. Is this wise? I don't think so, brother. Sutsujin finds that kill. 3 members of Bigatron down and out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's only been 8 minutes. 8 minutes and a 5K gold lead for RRQ as the crowd in the MPL arena is going wild. The key, though, in a little bit of an isolated moment.
Overextending, almost punished, but that will be tier 2 taken care of. RRQ, this is a one-sided game. I feel like 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 6,000 gold lead almost. Bigatron, no response just yet.
The gamble was in the draft. If the Masha had not been countered by the Uranus, maybe they would have been able to get that lead at this point of the game. But because of the Uranus, the Masha has been neutralized almost completely from the start of the game. And now you can see that Luke doesn't have enough farm to really have those items just yet. And again, it comes down to BTR just farming. At this point, that's all they can do. If they fight and fight and fight, RRQ will win. There is no angle for BTR to actually take these fights right now that I see it, by the way RRQ are playing. Very safe. Sutsujin, Rins, and Skylar always together with the rest of the team.
Good disengage there by Ken. This is just going to be a free lord. Is it Super Ken? Looking for an angle. Oh my goodness. Good drive by Avatar of the Guardian. Will try to hinder the movement of Super Ken. Super Ken nowhere to run. No quad shadow. Shadow kill though. This might be an opening for the escape, but no, Darren denies it away. The Lord falls to the hands of Bigatron, but they lose Super Ken.
He was 2 levels below of Sutsujin. For crying out loud, how is that possible?
I have no idea. After, you know, the main criticism being his retry in game 1, he's out here to silence the doubters. What retry? I can retry even 2 levels below, 6,000 gold behind.
Did they not see it coming?
I think
Sutsujin, was it caught off guard? What's with how clean Sutsujin's retribution in game number 1 was? That felt so uncharacteristic.
It's a flicker, Frigid Glacier, Super Ludenti finds Skylar. And now with the Shadow Kill to Ryan, Munch members down, but it's just going to be Skylar and Luke taken care of. Lord, irrelevant. RRQ, they took care of that Lord marching top lane.
But was that a shutdown?
No, it was a 2-kill Skylar. So, nope, not a shutdown, no bounty there. But it does buy Bigatron a whole lot of time, and that's what they need. Like I said, maybe 12-minute mark is when they are going to be comfortable to take that fight. And Mon got an amazing I'm offended earlier on the Skylar that baited out the Purify, and that was what enabled Key to get the wild charge in the end to actually stop Skylar and take him down. So you saw the win condition there. We saw a glimpse of it at least, right? If they are able to dive and get Skylar, but they need to get more than just Skylar. They need to get Skylar, Rins, and Sutsujin. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. But hey, the damage is piling up. Once Luke gets the second BOD, we're going to be in for a show. But when's that gonna happen? A while. We're gonna have to wait for a while. I think earlier I said 12, but because of the little mishaps, the stumbles, they might have to push it to 14. So maybe they're gonna have to ask Ken to pull off another miracle retry. It's a tough task to ask from someone.
Let's see what they can do about it with the comp though, right? Because as we're entering the 12th minute of the game, these Lord dances are going to be quite imperative. With Bigatron still on the back foot, they do still have answers. Super Luke is on the Masha, we have the Hayabusa on Super Ken. Could that potentially be the angle that Bigatron need to kind of stall in the game? Wait a second though.
Myron's trying to distract and bait out resources. Beatoff does not connect with the Avatar of the Guardian. Super Ken though finds the Quad Shadow Kill as well. Will be able to get out of that situation, but RRQ, hey, when they're clumped up, they're A-okay in receiving that Shadow Kill.
Okay, I saw another opening there. I mean, Super Luke saw it. I just saw it as well, but from the bird's eye view. if RRQ isolate themselves, or if BTR are able to actually isolate some of the members from RRQ, that could also be another win condition. They could just go for these pickoffs one by one, have that man advantage, and then in the end, do what they wanted to do at the start, which is again, Rin, Skylar, and Sutsujin dying in these fights. It's a 5,000 gold lead, it's tough, but somehow BTR are actually still able to get some good round on RRQ around the Lord. Now, it was 2 levels before, now it's 1 level.
Can he make it happen again, though?
That's the question. Super Ken already in the position. Now Super Luke jumps on towards Skylar. Avatar of the Guardian trying to cover Super Ken from the flank. Skylar, he's low, but he survives, no? With the shield, Super Ken eyeing Skylar with the moves. He's just too slick with it. Amon, on the other hand, will fall alongside Super Ken. This spell disaster is Moreno. Nowhere to go. And that is Sutsujin finding the Maniac.
Another Maniac, ladies and gentlemen, for Sutsujin. And at this point, we are not surprised. Bigatron took a gamble, but the gamble did not pay off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kings of Kings will not bow down. But remember, Super Luke is up alongside King. They're going for the clear. Can they do it? The answer is no. The Kings of Kings take us to game 3.
We're going to game number 3.